Back in the day, tying the knot solidified that you were let one person put on a pedestal above. But today there seems to be a negative shift where people can care less about maintaining real love. Let's discuss. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Beasley, the Angry Bottom here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So you guys, I've been wanting to do this video for a while. You know, if you guys don't know me, I make a long list of video topics, flesh them out, and then bam, I just throw them out to the world. But I want to talk about love and where exactly love is headed. Now, this may be hard for me to admit without sounding like a pick-me, but it is what it is. I can only be me. One thing about me, Beasley, is that I love love. Like, I just love you guys. Like, even that word love just has me sitting here cheesing for no reason. Like, I love seeing people in love. I love seeing weddings. I love seeing people out on dates looking cute, classy, and clean. I even, like, scroll on social media on various, like, gay pages dedicated to, like, black gay love and black gay couples. Because I look at that and I'm just like, damn. One day I want that to be me. Manifestation, manifestation. And one thing about me is that I've never really gotten to experience love. I've only had one relationship in my entire life, and it was a relationship filled with strife. You know, it was struggle love. I thought it was love, but honestly, it wasn't real love. It was only love in my eyes because I wanted it to be love. So therefore, I never had that person that I could put on a pedestal above. But when I see people in love, it just melts my heart and it just makes me warm and fuzzy and happy inside. I mean, hell, my favorite pastime, honestly, is like a little dream. A dream of mine to just be cuddled up and just laid up under just like a nice, strong, masculine man. But I don't really ever get to experience that, so therefore I kind of look at it from afar. But you guys, when it comes to love today, things are not going good. They're not good. Honestly, they're downright terrible. When it comes to dating, dating is downright terrible. It's not the dating pool these days, it's the dating swamp. And it's crazy these days, I really thought single people like me had it real bad, but that bad juju and just terrible energy is spilling over into marriages. Now you guys, I always gotta kind of anchor my talking points to celebrities, mainly because, you know, it's the easiest way to get pushed out the algorithm, even though I'm getting tired of talking about people that are making way more money than me and don't really have any self-awareness. But I will say, I've realized that, like, in the past few months, I think this is the most we have ever seen an abundance of celebrity marriages come to a screeching halt in a very, very terrible, very just tragic end. I gotta say, I'm very glad that I waited to do this video because the celebrity marriages and relationships that I briefly want to touch on are Remy Ma and Jeezy, Remy Ma and Papoose, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, and now Keke Palmer and Darius. Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's marriage ending bothers me because it's the sheer fact of what you will do to, like, keep a man. You know, sacrifice your morals and sacrifice your overall self-respect in order to keep a man happy and entertained, and he ends up leaving anyway. Teyana and Iman are most notably known for bringing a third party into their kerfuffle, a third party into the bedroom. Like, they are all about threesomes galore. Even a few years ago, Teyana went on a threesome hobo tour. Couples normally bring in a third party to, you know, spice things up when things are getting stale, but it ends up sending their marriage straight on down to hell because somebody in that third party is going to break off and do their own thing, and then boom, bam, that marriage no longer means a thing. And you know what's crazy? 9 times out of 10, it's always the man's idea. I mean, in this case, it was probably both of their idea because Teyana kind of leans a little more lesbian to me, you know, let's be honest. Like, she just gives I don't even know if I can say this word, but she just gives a little, you know, a soft stud. And then we have Remy Ma and Papoose. Remy Ma and Papoose, I personally thought those two were made in heaven for each other. Like, they're both battle rappers. They attack the beat every time they get on the beat. They wear Timberlands. They're from New York, the Bronx, or whatever. they're up there in New York, battle rappers. Like, I thought they were a match made in heaven. But somewhere along the way, their relationship just went straight to hell. Like, we didn't even know that they were going through issues up until this battle rapper put Remy Ma on blast on her own show that she was dating on the low some other dusty ass battle rapper. I forgot his name, don't feel like looking it up, but Remy Ma, if you gonna cheat, homegirl, at least cheat up.
If niggas found out you was fucking the help, that could really ruin your image. We talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rim. Nigga, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how his woman the greatest. Nigga, he held you down in prison for 6 years. I know it was nice, he cried big tears. He stood by you by your biggest accomplishment, front row, giving you big cheers. Now y'all got a beautiful baby girl who oh so amazing. He'd be damned if he lose you to this bozo with braces.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, it was funny seeing her like put on blast during that whole entire battle rap because she was trying to hold a straight face, but baby, it was written all over your face. But that brings me to Remy Ma and Jeezy. You know, it seemed like the relationship was going to be easy. They seemed like a little interracial match made in heaven, even though homegirl back in the day said that, you know, dark meat is something that you put on the side. White meat is forever. Like some BS that she said like that basically back in the day. Even though that comment always bothered me though, like I legit saw for those two. Like, you know, I'm a sucker for love. Like, I love seeing these two just in love. And we saw a side of young Jeezy that was borderline diabetic. But it was nice to see him soften it up a little bit. But Remy Ma and Jeezy's relationship ending triggered me because it's something that happened to me multiple times throughout this whole entire dating swamp that I've been in. It is a sheer fact of the switch up. Like, when things are going good, you think things are just great. That person is just loving on you, love bombing you, and then bam, out of nowhere, they're done with you. Fuck you. Their relationship just went over like a wet fart because it was just very triggering with the fact that y'all's issues were so small to where, like, no, there's no working it out. Like, the minute I have an issue, bam, I want a divorce. Like, you guys got married, right? You got married to, like, work through the tough times. Like, the shit is not going to be easy. It's not always going to be Instagrammable. And my thing is, if you didn't want to follow the vows, then why did you fucking write them? Their issues stem from the fact that Jeezy did not like the fact that she was in LA most of the time, you know, still trying to like cultivate her career. He didn't like that, you know, she had her own YouTube channel and was vlogging everything, even though he's participated in many of the vlogs. He also wasn't vibing with the fact that Remy Ma's mother and her little brother were living with them. You know, Asian families, they tend to kind of keep people like close, like the elder ones, because they can't really be by themselves. And then the younger brother, because they're trying to establish himself. But my thing is, you knew all this shit when you got with her. And my thing is, it really could have just been a conversation and a coaching moment. Now, we don't know if this has been a coachable thing, but the fact that Remy Ma was blindsided by the whole entire thing leads me to believe that he didn't even try. He didn't even try. The minute his issues weren't being addressed, he just went ahead and let things fly off the damn rails. Their relationship also like showcases how people would get together for the aesthetic. You know, let's look good on Instagram. Let's get the mixed kids. Let's look palatable to the whole entire world so we can get our followers up and get everything up, get our careers up, get these deals coming in, and then bam, I got my money back. I resurrected my career off of this, and I don't need you anymore. Jeezy, you're nothing but a whore. And now we have Keke Palmer and Darius's issues. Now, we the fans, we the Keke Palmer fans, we called it like we saw it. We didn't see it for this little nigga. we didn't see it for this little coon, this little buffoon. We didn't see it for him at all. You know, when he put her on blast, that, you know, why are you wearing that outfit? You a mom. You know, that whole entire issue that happened when she went to Usher's concert in Las Vegas. Even though he saw her in her outfit, he was just jealous. He was a jealous ass peon. And it's triggering because, you know, I've dated a narcissist. My first boyfriend was a narcissist, and majority of you have probably dated one narcissist or two. Darius, whatever the fuck his last name was, is it Jackson maybe? You know, every black man is named Jackson. So Darius Jackson was definitely the jealous type, the person that didn't want to see his quote-unquote wife elevate higher than him. He didn't like the fact that she was a star, even though she was a star before she got with your dusty ass. And it's sad that for the past year on the low, now honestly I'm not surprised by this, but he was beating her ass. Beating her ass on the low, and she was taking it and she was riding for him, because most black women, no matter how your status is, it's like you gotta take what you can get. And that's just a damn shame. Like, y'all may be mad at me for admitting it, but like when it comes to like black women, like I'm right there with you, bro. Like I'm right there, because now granted, I'm never going to say that I know the plight of a woman, but within the gay community, I am a woman. Like I'm on the same level as a woman. You know, I'm a bottom, a total bottom. So therefore, just like y'all in our community, we sometimes have to just take what the fuck we can get. And sometimes you end up just dating down and dating somebody that you should never even been with. One thing I've noticed about like high yellow, light-skinned men, like light-skinned black men, they sometimes have like this weird like white savior complex. Like, oh, you know, I'm one of the good light skins because I'm dating your black ass. Come to think of it, my dad is light skinned and my mom is dark skinned, so I'm just like, But yeah, in the past 2 years, I have dated and entertained like 2 different light skinned men. And y'all, light skinned men, like the stereotypes that they say about them, they're real. No matter if they come to you, they always expect for you to chase them, especially if you're darker than them. They're like, in their mind, they may not think this, but deep down they know this, and they're like, I'm the prize of society. I can pass the paper brown bag test, and I'm a man, and I have a penis, and I have a good credit. I am the prize. I am what's in. Yo, I swear, like, light-skinned men are all sons of Prince. Like, I'm going off topic, but like for some reason, like, I've noticed that when light-skinned men orgasm, they're just like, oh! It's like Prince. Like, you know, he's just like, oh! Light-skinned men do that, but they low-key do that whenever they orgasm. If you're dating a light-skinned man, listen to how he orgasms. Y'all, light-skinned men are so terrible to a point where, like, earlier this year, the light-skinned man that I last entertained was the reason I became celibate. Because we had been talking for like a little minute, and I was like, you know what, let's hook up, let's link up. Baby, big mistake, just big mistake. Like, he didn't make my body shake or anything. Like, the whole entire thing was about him. Like, everything was about him. He kept me in one position, and like towards the end, he was like, you want this yellow dick? You want this yellow dick? And I was just like, no. Mom! But y'all, deep down inside, I was just like, oh no. And it just made me reevaluate my self-worth. And I was just like, I deserve better than this. But yeah, y'all, that situation had me like, oh no. And you know, I went on a celibacy spell for 9 months. And to be honest with you guys, like, I still haven't learned a damn thing because I still suffer from low self-esteem. So, hey, I just started therapy, so one day at a time. But, you know, let me get back on track because this video is getting a little long. But I want to go ahead and talk about just exactly why dating is so shitty, why these relationships are short-lived, and exactly why people are acting like they're just too good for relationships. You know, they're just too good to be bothered with, you know, dating somebody or really like caring about their feelings. Like, everybody acts like they're just too good to care about you because they have so many other options that they deem better than you. Right now, in my humble opinion, the reason why dating is so shitty and severely delayed is because broke. Everybody's just broke. In today's economy, you may not want to admit it, but we gotta keep it real. You're broke. Everybody's broke. Men do not feel like they are of value or of service if they're broke. And them being broke keeps them from trying to court and date somebody because everybody these days is so like superficial, so like, oh, I can't go to Chili's. Oh, Chili's is nasty. But y'all know that long dating list of where to not take a date, where not to take somebody. Now, some of those places on that list I do agree with, but some of them I'm just like, girl, come on. But it's sad to say a lot of men don't want to admit it, but they don't really date properly because they're broke. They ghost you because they're broke. And then on top of that, when you factor in the women in the bottoms that are being courted, they're broke too. Everybody's just broke. Broke as broke can be. Can we just be real for 5 minutes? Like, we are in a silent depression. Like, let's just be real. These days, you're either broke, destitute, rich broke, or not as rich as you used to be. There is like a very hard struggle to survive and thrive in this economy. Men and women complain about like each one of y'all not wanting to go the distance. No one wants to go the distance anymore because they can't afford the gas. Like, due to the lack of funds, monogamy has become complete ass. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I actually blame the city girls for a majority of this because music is nothing but spells. And you know, they made that song, broke niggas don't deserve no pussy. And also that, hands on your knees, hands on your knees. If the nigga broke, then make that ass freeze. Like, they made those songs and the masses just ran with it. I always say that my talent is seeing both sides of the same coin. And another reason why dating sucks these days is because men aren't chasing women anymore. And men are hardly even chasing bottoms anymore in our community. And I think that's mainly because men have woken up to the bullshit in the games that women play. Men have realized that they are the real prize since they shell out the money, the validation, and the free meals that they give to women. And they're like in a space of taking their power back. Especially black men. You know, there's so many times a man can like court you and just try to like, you know, see you and see what's up. And then you, the woman or said bottom, kind of play them to the left, like either like ghosting them, ignoring their messages and all that. The men these days are not tolerating that. They're not tolerating that at all. Like, they don't want to chase anymore because it's like, why bother? Now that they see that they're the prize, they could just, you know, put all of their resources into somebody else that's more appreciative, at least in their eyes. And with the free dates and the money and the gifts and the validation that these men give out, they realize that the woman or said bottom that they're courting doesn't have the funds like that. Like 9 times out of 10, they don't have as much money as them. So therefore, they automatically feel like they hold all the power. And therefore, you know, they're a high value man now, you know, they got the money, they can fund your lifestyle. So therefore, they see themselves as the prize, and therefore brings in a lot of options, and therefore that brings in them not taking your ass seriously. It's like these men don't want to take a chance on just being a stepping stool to upgrade somebody's life. That's why a lot of men look at dating and commitment as nothing but a just lifetime full of strife, because they don't want to be a sponsor. Now, some men are cool with being a sponsor, but a lot of men are just like, like, oh, this was fun at first. But as soon as it becomes not fun, they're on to the next, because they don't want to be the sponsor in somebody's life. But my men, I'm getting y'all's ass because y'all are fucking up. You've been fucking up, and y'all are fucking up because, you know, everything's cool and fun. You know, you hold all the power, you hold all the money and all that, you know, you're high value. But y'all tend to parlay that being high value bullshit into your 50s, and you look up sad and alone and you have nothing to show for it but just a bunch of numbers on your phone. For example, I went on a date with this dude. He was a friend of a friend. I was actually really feeling him. We went on a date that lasted over 8 hours. Like, it was an amazing date. But after that date, and mind you, he flew in from Mexico because he lives in Mexico. He flew in from Mexico to see me and take me out on a date. And then after that, I didn't see or hear from his ass for a while. Like a while. And as of recently, he came up, hopped in my DMs because he saw me posting like videos of me working out. He liked what he saw. And he basically like asked me like, oh, well, you know, on our date, I was trying to feel if you were down to be friends with benefits, but I felt like you weren't that type. And I was like, you're right. I'm not that type. I want a real relationship, something real. And mind you guys, in this almost year-long span, because we went on our date way back in February, like, I was really bothered with the fact that, like, wow, it felt like something was real about to happen, and then you just pull the rug from underneath it. Like, I was just like, what did I do? What was it about me that he just played me to the left? But he literally told me that, like, you were a great date, like a great person. I just met you at the wrong time. And in my mind, I was like, the wrong time? Dude, you're almost 40 years old. Like, you are almost at the halfway mark of your life. Like, when is it going to be the right time? Like, when do you want to cultivate something that's real? But I just replied, I was like, yeah, I understand that. I hearted it and went on about my day. Because, baby, I am much more than just a quick lay. Even though I wanted it bad. Like, I wanted it bad, bitch. I still had at least a good amount of self-esteem. Y'all, this video may be a little all over the place, but one thing, like my biggest gripe, I think honestly, is with black men, because that's just the realm that I date in. That's just what's really in my vicinity. And the thing about black men is that they equate stress to accountability. Like the minute you hold their ass to task, they just see that as like, oh no, like you're crazy. Like, oh no, like why are you on my ass? Like you do something wrong to that person and they hold you accountable, and now you're stressed out and you want to play them to the left because you have all these options on the right. But my black men, and I'm talking specifically to the straight men and the tops in the gay community, y'all are gonna wake up one day and y'all are no longer going to be the commodity. Because when I can speak for women when I say that, bitch, we're tired. We're tired. We're tired of putting up with your bullshit. Mark my words. Keep fucking around, keep playing around, keep not wanting to settle down. You're gonna wake up one day and be old and alone, and you're gonna be desperate and scrambling for somebody to call your own. Y'all, it really bothers me to see all these dating horror stories and seeing the way that love and dating is playing out these days, because we're doing it just completely fucking wrong. Like the shit is just fucked up. And like briefly, like, and you know, I don't want to spray my friend's tea, but she went on a date the other day, and during that date, the man literally got up and smashed a prostitute in the bathroom while they were on a date. No bullshit. So therefore, today's dating landscape has conditioned you to be a whore, because it's like these men don't want to entertain you unless you're like giving them something, you know, something that'll make them feel good. But they won't stay around no matter what. No matter what you do, they're going to play you. And I'm especially bothered and triggered because, you guys, my one and only relationship ended in 2017. Like early 2017, like February 2017. I haven't been in a relationship since. Like, this year is almost over, and that is going to be going on 8 years of me being single. For the longest, I thought the problem was me, and I even addressed it in therapy, and addressed it like with multiple friends, and telling them like what's going on. I mean, granted, you can't get the other person's side of the story, but just literally telling people what has been done to me, and I've realized the problem is not me. Maybe it's this city. The city of Houston has become tired and tawdry, but I don't know what it is. It's like when you are the receptive partner, like receptive of penetration and all that, it's like you gotta like really just like sit there and wait for a man to want to fuck you, or wait for a man to want to entertain you. And when you get that little bit of attention, and when things start to feel a little too real, they just run off. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But I will say this, to end on a positive note, even though I may come off as bitter, jaded, and angry, I will say that me being the best man in my best friend Brent's wedding really opened my eyes and showcased that real love is still possible to obtain and maintain. Baby, I tell you, when my good sis Michaela, who's the bride, walked down that aisle and then they started exchanging vows, yo, I was up there bawling, crying, like trying hard to keep myself from crying, but like I was up there shedding tears, real, genuine, raw emotion, because I remembered how much I love love, and seeing genuine love is something that you all need to see for yourself these days. Know that it is not too late for you. No matter what age you are, you will find that one person that will put you on a pedestal above a star. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for watching this rambling ass video. I know I was a little all over the place, but like, you know, I got excited. I love love. And then there was a lot of like chicanery and fuckery that I wanted to talk about that's going on with these celebrity marriages and also the overall dating sphere. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the current dating landscape. Hey, drop down and tell me your dating horror stories, your issues with dating, or if you're in a successful relationship and a marriage, especially a successful gay relationship and a gay marriage. I want to know how you guys were able to obtain and maintain that. So drop in the comments and give your boy some feedback and some good advice. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.